Hello, darlings. You've all heard of Marilyn Monroe. Some have seen a Bridget Bardot. Well, now it's time for the Cognac show. I said cognac, ooh, ooh. I said cognac, ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm a bubbly blonde, fabulously dressed.
I'm Cognac Wellerlane, and we are here at the Macabre Film Festival in Rockville Center. And I'm here with actor Adam Ginsberg. Now, Adam, I want you to explain to my audience about this film festival. I understand that it's a horror film festival, but you're also coordinating it with other wonderful films from around the globe.
Yeah, absolutely. What makes the Macabre Fair Film Festival different is essentially it's not just a horror film festival. It is a festival that's filled with films that could be more about suspense, thriller. There are the gore films that are in there, and but predominantly what I have been kind of coining this as is like the thinking man's horror film festival.
Now tell my audience how many films will be here this weekend.
We have 25 shorts, and I believe that we have 15 features.
15 features. Interesting.
Yeah.
Now, it just keeps growing and growing.
Yeah, well, we kicked off the Macabre Fair series of events. We started producing them last year. And we began them with these sort of 3-day party events. We would bring in over 20 bands. A little bit of live theater would be sprinkled in. We'd have, you know, belly dancers and sideshow acts and all sorts of things like this, burlesque. And what happened was last April, my wife and I were out at an event called Monster Mania. And we had finished our Macabre Fair, our first party event, and we began to talk to some of the filmmakers that were at Monster Mania. And because this is sort of what we do, and, you know, she directs and writes, and I act and do some directing, and we just
And do you make your own films as well?
We did 2 shorts, and we have a couple of scripts that we're looking at for potential features right now for Twitch Productions, which is our company.
Fabulous. Well, if you need a platinum blonde Mamie Van Doren character that owns the mansion, I would love to be part of the flick.
Yeah, we had a conversation with a filmmaker, and it just kind of dawned on us literally right on the spot. We looked at each other, and, you know, a husband and wife sometimes don't have to talk to communicate.
Yes, you just have to look at each other's eyes.
We just said, well, that's what our next event is going to be. And we did literally like 2-3 months later the first Macabre Fair Film Festival, which was in June.
Now that you have embarked on this, tell my audience, it must be thrilling for you to have a film festival. You must be just loving every second of it.
Well, you know, at least for myself, I'm really enjoying what this is, but if you knew Elsie and I, you'd understand that we kind of just put our heads down and work. We don't look at really what or feel what the outside world is seeing of the efforts that we're doing. We just enjoy what we're doing.
Now, you have an array of A-listers here today in the horror genre. Tell my audience some of the fascinating, more famous celebrities that are going to be here today and tomorrow.
Well, we have Jonathan Tiersten, who's here. He came all the way in from L.A. He's obviously in the film A Perfect House, and he's probably better known because he's making his resurgence with the acting, but he's known for some of his music that he's been really pursuing over the last few years. And he was, of course, in Sleepaway Camp, which is like a cult classic type of thing. I have Edward X. Young. He's a terrific indie horror film actor. He's just tearing it up. He's going to be here. I saw Armand Cesare was downstairs. He was in The Wrestler. I mean, it's
Yes,
just
I
kind
love
of
Armand.
like a who's who of the horror niche seems to be showing up here. And we even
Lindsay
have,
Lowe is...
Lindsay Lowe, model and actress, is here. She's been very supportive. She was actually on the cover of Explore LI with us. And we even have Mark Tonderai, who's the director of House at the End of the Street, which is a 20th Century Fox film.
I can't wait to interview him.
And they came on board to sponsor this event. And he's going to be here
And
as well.
that's a 20th Century Fox production.
Absolutely.
Fabulous. I want you to tell my audience where they can go online to find out more information about the Macabre Film Festival.
Absolutely. You can go to twitchproductions.com. It will have all of the information on the Macabre Fair Film Festival. Just literally click on Macabre Fair Film Festival right at the top of the site. You'll be able to go into the official selections page. I put up over 40 posters of the different films. All of them are linked to the trailers. You can spend an hour and a half watching the trailers of all these films.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
And we'll be back in a moment, darlings, with more interviews right here at the Macabre Film Festival in Rockville Center. Pink champagne kisses.
I'm looking for Alyssa. Is she here?
No, ma'am.
I wouldn't be angry if she's here.
Harry's great up. Promise me you won't tell anyone about Carrie Ann.
Yeah, I promise.
Listen, we have a new neighbor, okay? Her name's Alyssa, and her and her mom just moved in. I want you to leave her alone, you understand me?
What exactly happened again?
Her daughter, Carrie Ann, killed both her parents.
You know, that house is the reason why we can even afford to rent this house. Really? Double murder. I think this place is going to be really good for us.
Welcome back. I'm Cognac Wellerlane, and we are here at the Macabre Film Festival right here in Rockville Center, Long Island, and I'm here with this fabulous director who just made a fascinating film, and of course it has a fabulous actress, Jennifer Lawrence, who just won a Golden Globe. and he's here at the Macabre Film Festival. Introduce yourself to the camera, darling.
Hi, I'm Mark Tonderai. I'm the director of The House at the End of the Street. You almost got it right. You almost got it right. A lot of people get the title wrong because...
The House at the End of the Street.
Yeah.
Fascinating film. Tell my audience about the synopsis of this film.
Oh, so you've seen it, I assume, right? You've seen it?
No, I haven't seen it. It's my first time. I will see it today, but I want you to tell my audience what is so special about this film. Why should we all see this movie?
Well, the movie came out, I think, about 4 or 5 months ago, and it's kind of gone all over the world as well. I remember it's about 45, 46 million in terms of kind of, you know, gross. It only costs 6.5. So it's been a real success, but it's been a really difficult film to kind of group because it's not out and out horror in that it has like blood spurting at the camera and all that sort of stuff. And at the same time, it's not out and out thriller because it doesn't really have that. It's this kind of really weird thriller, psychological thriller, Hitchcockian thriller that kind of
I was just going to say, it sounds more like how Hitchcock would create a film. Sounds very similar.
Yeah, I mean, it's very much more of those. It's very much more of that kind of a film. You know, if I'm honest with you, nothing really happens for the first hour. And it was a real risk when I was making the film. Like when I tested the film, I didn't know how I was going to test because literally, honestly, you spend an hour getting to know these characters.
Tell me about how you were able to get Jennifer Lawrence for this film. Was that difficult to get her?
Well, I live in England. Well, I used to live in England. I live in California now. But when I first got the screenplay, I was living in England, and the screenplay is very different to how it is, how the film is now. The screenplay had been developed by Jonathan Mostow and Richard Kelly, who did Donnie Darko, and it had been Universal had owned it and all sorts of things. So it had this huge history with it. They never could get it quite right. And I got the screenplay, and I sent it to the guys that I work with. I work with the same people all the time, same cinematographer, same DP, same composer, you know, same sound guy, same credits guy. They're all the same guys all the time. And everybody that read it on my team was going, we shouldn't be doing this. We shouldn't be making this film. It's generic. It's nonsense. It doesn't work. And there was something in it that I believed that something was there. And so I felt there was thematically, right? I thought there was a theme in this film that I thought that I could go for. So I went for it. But they wouldn't fly me across that. I had to come across on my own dime. I had to keep coming across these interviews, all these interviews. And
all the auditions for the leading part of the...
No, for the film. This is to direct the film.
Is she the star of the film?
Yeah, she's the star of the film, yeah.
Well, what made you pick her? What made you choose her as the actress for the leading role?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Basically, I got Winter's Bone, and I saw this in England, and I said to my agent, that's the girl that we should make. And I'd got the job by this point.
Oh, you saw her, the film that she was in.
And I was like, this is the girl that I should get. And when I went to LA, my casting director is a guy called John Papsadera, who casts all of Nolan's films. My producer is a guy called Aaron Ryder, who produced Memento. So we had this link. So basically, I got all of Nolan's crew for nothing. So I got Nolan's casting director, and
That's fabulous.
Yeah. So John was on board, and so John basically was like, look, you know, I agree. I think this kid's really good. But if I'm honest with you, as good as she is, the kid opposite her is just as good. Max Therio, or Therio as he says it. He's fantastic. He's really fantastic. So that was it. And then I met her.
Was she difficult to work with? Did she take direction well?
Yeah, she's brilliant. She's really good. I mean,
Well, she won the Golden Globe. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, she's.
You think she deserved it?
I haven't seen Silver Linings Playbook, so I don't know. So I can't answer that. I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it either.
I just know that.
But I will go see it because that's my job as a reporter to find out.
I heard it's good.
Yeah, well, she looked fabulous. That's all I could say. I did the reporting for the dress that she wore. She looked amazing in that Dior gown. She looked absolutely gorgeous. Are you working on anything right now?
Yeah. I've just finished a pilot, which I've just literally finished, come off now in Vancouver.
A pilot? For TV?
Yeah, for TV, yeah.
Oh, could you talk about it?
No, I can't, if I'm honest.
Is it spooky?
Yeah, it's pretty spooky, and I hope it goes. If it goes into a series, then that'd be great.
Oh, I hope you get it.
So do I.
I hope you get it. Break a leg. That's what we say here in the United States. When we wish people luck, break a leg. We will go on and look at the trailer. Tell my audience where we can find the trailer. On YouTube?
You can find YouTube. You can find it. You can find it on iTunes. You can find the film on iTunes.
And IMDb.
Yeah, and you can find, actually, what's really good about iTunes, you can find my first film on iTunes, which is the one that kind of broke me in America. And that's an interesting
I
film.
made you famous, right?
No, not yet.
You're
Hopefully.
famous.
Never. Thank you.
And we'll be back in a moment, darlings, with more interviews, more celebrities right here at the Macabre Film Festival in Rockville Center, Long Island. Pink champagne kisses.
Fantasy dress to impress. One of a kind girl. It's been a Crybaby Productions, darlings.